Gold and silver are not the same team. The highest appeal to justice is here, ushering a global debt jubilee to free all humanity. The outcome will be an end to debt, taxes, wars, and usury. Someone needs to be the visionary for the silver. The collapse of the gold silver ratio from 90 to 1 to 1 to 1. This would be the ratio for all gold and silver above ground or below ground. When silver reaches its rightful place, it will be worth more than gold. Silver is a precious metal with over 10,000 industrial uses, far more than gold, which has little utility outside of jewelry and speculation. At $10,000, 1 to 1 gold to silver ratio by metric standard would mark the single largest event in human history, a return to the gold to silver standard is inevitable, folks. The silver rush will be biblical, selling out all silver dealers in a single day. Watch. I'm not wrong, I'm early. The physical silver market is tiny compared to the quadrillions of digital illusions of wealth, and fear of missing out will turn physical silver into unobtainium. This is fragile. Silver could shoot up any day. Consider the products, technology, market caps, and GDP that silver represents in a high-tech, sustainable, debt-free economy. Major powers need silver for military weapons. That's why it's essential to sell all gold at its all-time highs and shift into silver, take advantage of the pricing mismatch. Gold, the treasure of fallen empires, has been hoarded by the Rothschild banksters who have financed both sides of all wars. The U.S. is their golden bull, sacrificed for their interest. Trillions have been wasted on Greater Israel and the Greater Israeli Project, and the U.S. military has been awakened to the truth. Zionist, blockchain, and the deep state are all interconnected. The internal judgment is coming. Revelations 2:9 and 3:9 remind us that all is seen. Everything is connected, folks, and time is collapsing. The greatest truth ever told is here as COMEX opens. Weaponized truth will crack rigged markets permanently. Full spectrum dominance is not just military, it's the truth opening system, where blockchain will track, trace, trap, and map all criminality. From the narcos in Hollywood and the DNC to crypto capture, all civil asset forfeiture, we will witness the collapse of entire markets and industry. The vampire squid usurpation of all financial power will be undone as silver defeats gold and Bitcoin faces its judgment day. If the gold in Fort Knox is gone, it's easy to demonetize gold and shift to 1 to 1 gold to silver ratio, as a peaceful transition to a new, fairer system is possible. Blockchain has trapped criminality, and a divine caste of humanity will emerge on that judgment day. Trump, Putin, and Xi are all part of the silver revolution, Putin with 29,000 tons of silver. These major powers are emptying the Bank of America silver, scrambling to make up for lost time. All eyes are on the LBMA as the silver nexus takes center stage in the financial world. I've been right all along, folks, since 2012. My censorship began long before my deplatforming. And while crypto stole some of silver's thunder, the tide is now turned. Silver is the Achilles heel of the global banking system and the pedo Ponzi power structures that control it. This is the largest conspiracy in history. I am its author, witnessing the end of everything bubble. Silver will be revalued to spiritual levels as earthly power collapses from massive fraud and waste. Doge will claw back contracts, and implosion of DNC and DC real estate will signal the end of the old system. The silver market is at the end of a 45-year cup and handle formation. This will lead to a default in the silver market as trillions of silver derivatives lack physical silver to settle them. A force majeure will drive physical silver to disconnect from the spot price. One fat finger is all it takes to end silver manipulation. Warren Buffett is sitting on $300 billion in cash, and Elon Musk alone worth $400 billion. Or maybe it's the million new silver stackers finally waking up to the truth. Either way, silver's time is here. Silver is the key to a new world. The physical disconnect from paper prices, the collapse of fiat, and the silver-backed reset will usher in a debt-free future for all of us. The world will rush to silver, and it's up to us to be ready for it. Get your cup and get your dimes. Folks, we got a lot of fun times to have ahead of us. And let's think about what's going on as far as pieces and concerning Ukraine right now. I hope you like my oratory. United States and Russia meet in Saudi Arabia for the first time in years. Russian Federation Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio are holding a meeting today in Saudi Arabia. It's the first meeting between the two nations in years since the start of the Russian-Ukraine conflict. Images of Rubio, flanked by America's Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, sitting opposite Lavrov and President Putin's advisor Yuri Yusupov, have been published as talks began. Russia asked for Ukraine to hold new elections as part of a proposed peace plan. And holy smokes, Trump demands Zelensky repay $350 billion to the United States. Put up your hand in your favor of that. This was a major announcement by President Trump. Yeah, I think so too. Trump demands 50% share of Ukraine's revenues from critical minerals, oil and gas, ports, and infrastructure. President Trump has reportedly demanded half of Ukraine's revenues from natural resources, ports, and infrastructure as reparations for the billions of dollars in U.S. contributed to Kiev's war effort. The demand, which was included in a draft contract on the reconstruction of Ukraine that reached Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky's desk last week, has caused consternation and panic in Kiev, according to the Telegraph. Ukraine war bombshell: Trump publicly destroys Zelensky. The president pointed out that Zelensky is a dictator with a 4% approval rating. He can't account for $150 billion in missing U.S. aid money. President 47, Donald Trump, went on to destroy the dreams of bloodthirsty warmongers by saying even a half-baked negotiator could have ended this war and it will soon be over. More breaking news and events here. Americans no longer want to fund Ukraine, RFG Jr. says. The U.S. has spent over $300 billion on aid to Kiev, according to President Donald Trump. Globalists in total panic mode after Trump snubs EU elites in Ukraine peace talks and says Russia doesn't threaten NATO. Live Sunday night. Establishment's plans to drag world into World War III on life support as President Trump outmaneuvers them by beginning peace talks with Putin. Tune in and end the war here. Chase Gadler breaks down how the European establishment is in a complete panic after President Donald Trump sidelined EU leaders from peace negotiations with Russian President Vladimir Putin, throwing their well-laid plans for World War III into disarray. Let's tune in now, folks. Western Europe freaks out over U.S. peace talks with Russia. Macron reinforced his image of the imperial French Sun King and his bid to become the dominant voice on Ukraine and European security, the AP said Tuesday. Macron may have one reason to assume a dominant position: France's nuclear weapons and his authority to use them, according to the Associated Press. On Monday, French President Emmanuel Macron met with European leaders in Paris, France, to discuss the rupture of 80-year-old geopolitical relationship between Western Europe and Americans in the wake of President Donald Trump seeking to end the war in Russia and Ukraine. Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk says country will not send troops to Ukraine. A new satellite map indicates wow, quite a lot of people there. Putin will speak to Zelensky if necessary as he presents demands to U.S. IT comes as U.S. and Russia sat down in Saudi Arabia to begin critical peace talks today. Zelensky angry at being left out of U.S.-Russia peace talks in Saudi Arabia. The ceasefire has been declared in Gaza. Next, I'd like to show you the differences between the old Air Force One and the new Air Force One, and the lack of coordination between the two different states' flags here. You got the Israeli flag up there and the colors matching Air Force One, and you have the U.S. flag and the colors matching that flag, the United States of America. Is the relationship between Israel over now? Are we going to stop supporting those people? I don't know. Let's find out. I think under Trump, yes. Trump congratulates U.S. forces after airstrike kills terrorist leader in Syria. President Trump congratulated U.S. Central Command forces on Monday, conducting a successful weekend airstrike in Syria, targeting a senior terrorist leader. U.S. forces conduct a precision airstrike against a member of Al-Qaeda in Syria this weekend. Trump wrote on social. The terrorist leader was working with Al-Qaeda across the region. Congratulations to CENTCOM Commander General Michael Kurlia and the U.S. warfighters who dealt justice to another jihadi threatening America and allies and partners, the president added. And breaking news, two U.S. Air Force B-52 long-range strategic bombers launched from RAF Fairford, as well as at least 4 KC-135R air refueling tankers launched from RAF Middlehall, are currently crossing the Mediterranean near Italy, heading in the direction of the Middle East. What I heard in Munich, ordinary Germans long for a Trump of their own. Last week, Vice President J.D. Vance told a group of outraged elites at the Munich Security Conference that European politicians must do a better job of responding to their voters' concerns rather than ignoring or censoring them. Hey, BCoff5695, that cracked me up. I was busting up laughing while this video was playing. EU and Zelensky's not invited to the table to find out they're on the menu. I love being with you guys. Really, you're smart, you're clever, you get stuff, and you're giving people. Man, I love you guys. Just pass the word around. Let's keep going through this. You guys are golden. You guys are the best daggone audience anybody could possibly wish. Thank you very much. I'm having a blast. Are you? Let's go. Folks, I think we're all learning about just how powerful and important politics is in our lives. I just want to be left alone and go free. But I guess there's freedom isn't free. We're learning we have to fight for it. Would any of us know this kind of stuff been going on if it hadn't been for Trump bringing it to our front and center? And those of us that are out there trying to tell you what has been happening is, oh, this can't be right. Oh, he's never going to get approved. Silver's never going to go where. You know what, folks? Things change. They always change. You just got to have somebody that sees the change and move forward with it. The kind of impact that Austrian economics has compared to Keynesian economics. It's only because of Keynesian economics that this whole castle, 300 rooms, can be rented out because they're creating the value on a keyboard. There isn't any value on a keyboard. It was misspoke there, folks. No value on a keyboard. The value is in the sweat of your brow. That's what they're taking from us without us knowing about it. Because when you put sweat on your brow, okay, and they're going to pay you in either something's electronic, get a digit, digits put into your account, or they're going to pay you with a check, which is simply a piece of paper with ink on it. That is not paying you for your purchasing power. That is not a fair exchange for value. We went over this before. It leaves you up to go out and get the purchasing power that the paper is then supposed to represent. Do you see that? What happens if the dollar bills or the currency units are no longer represented? They're no longer used. I see the activity over here talking about cryptocurrencies, folks. There's no intrinsic value to it. Why? It's another aberration. But with cryptocurrency, you don't even see anything. More importantly, though, is that with Bitcoin, they say there's 21 million going to be created. Well, which Bitcoin number do you hold? How do you know it's one of the 21 million? If you don't know what number is it real? I had just learned that people are being refused dividend payments from from the company they're supposed to be getting their dividend payments from, their whole stock certificates or bonds, because they're lacking QSIP number. You smart people need to get out there right now and get the daggone dimes. Exchange the worthless pieces of paper and digits. They're going down in value each and every day, and the cost of dimes are going up each and every day. So why wouldn't you go on the ladder up? How much lower can the dollar go? Folks, when we saw gasoline go from 99 cents a gallon, a lot of you were like me. You used to go to the gas stations. They used to give you S&H green stamps, and they would offer to put air in your tires and wash your windows and put the gas in the tank too, right? Remember all that stuff? Open up your hood and remember that? Come on, guys. You're as old as I am.
I do.
Okay, thank you, Margaret Ann. Do that? They don't do that anymore now. They've gotten it down so you pump your own gas. You don't even need an attendant. There's somebody there, I guess, to shut it off in case the pumps start overflowing or something. But see how they're doing? You're using more and more things to get rid of more and more of us. They don't need us, and because they don't need us, it's think they're a corporation. The United States is a corporation. Because they don't need us, they want to get rid of us because you can't control a population that's gotten to be as big. And now what's happened is we become enlightened. Now we definitely got to go because we know what they've been doing to us. One thing you can tuck away in your mind is nobody stays at the top forever. There's always people underneath looking to get up to the top. So prepare. And people like us, we can make it up to the top in a fair and adjusted world.